Well, I've come for a walk this fine Friday. Same fine Friday, it's in between showers. And I'm coming through an area not far from where I live called Barro Bridge. It's quite a picturesque area with a river running through. You just seen from the waterfall at the beginning. And this wall that's behind me separates me on the road from the river below. What's extra nice about this area is there's a parking area just behind here, and then you've got a row of cottages which got little bridges going over. Would be an ideal place to live. Quite a lovely area, quiet, away from everything. But sometimes this road I'm walking on can be very, very busy. That's the only downfall. But the area I'm walking in, I'm going to walk past here and I come to a lot of steps that take me straight up onto the moors. This area in summer is well known for people coming along with their children and playing in this area and in the water. So when it gets really hot, because a bit further up there's another waterfall. Now in summer the water doesn't run as fast as it's running today. So you can imagine that when people come along here, they bring the picnics. They park up in the car park below, behind me, and then they head over here and they play in this waterfall here and in the river up at the top, which usually isn't this, the flow of it isn't usually this harsh. This little path to my left will take me onto the moors that way, but over towards an area where there's a farm and a golf course. But I'm going to be keeping away from that area today as I'm walking along, and I'm coming over here. And I don't know if you can see in front of me, there are some steps. Up these other steps, follow this path a bit, and not far from there, and we're on the moors. It's not taken that long at all to get just to this bit. It's more or less straight from this path onwards. And not far from here where the golf course is, just to my left. Just making sure I don't go in the puddles. Is a row of stones, very ancient stones, Neolithic row of stones that are called thirst stones. And then we have a big stone further in the direction I'm heading to, with cup and ring markings on, or some rock art, as well as cup and ring, which is called thirst stone. Now, these places, the one near the golf course, they're still there, but they don't really like going onto the golf course and looking at them. I've done this before and been asked to move on. The other one, the bigger stone, is in a farmer's field. Again, he doesn't like anyone going over there. So I can't really go over and show you these things today. But I can just tell you whereabouts they are in this area. Now I'm coming up this little bit of an hill now, getting to the top, and I'm going to head over. There's a car park in front of me, and there's a path that takes you over to Winter Hill near the mast itself. I'm going to head over that way today, but I'll show you the direction I'm heading up to from here. The car park, which is just ahead, I'll have to zoom in. And if you look beyond the car park, you will see a path. I'm going to be heading over that path, which will take me near to the mast, which is there, and that's the top of Winter Hill. So from the car park there, I'll head over and go that way. So instead of the usual going round and showing you the places where things have happened, unusual things that have happened, I thought I'd just walk and talk today and just give you a few heads up on the ideas of what I think these things are around here. And other things that are unusual, you know, might even talk about Bigfoot, Dogman, just give you a few ideas of my thoughts on these things, especially Bigfoot. In fact, let's start there. The British Bigfoot. I know some people think this creature can't live in this country because it just can't live because there's not enough on the land for it to survive. Now, lately, I've been getting a lot of reports from people about seeing Bigfoot entities, especially around the area of Cumbria. And when looking into it, I see there's other reports that have gone to other people, and people have written books pertaining to these wild men up in Cumbria, around the Lake District. And I often think, you know, there are other places in the UK that people get these reports, and where I get reports, not far from here, over on that side towards Blackburn, I've had a report from there of a ginger coloured Bigfoot, and over on that direction towards Wigan, 2 sightings of Bigfoot from the 80s and one from not, you know, like a couple of years ago. 2 from a couple of years ago, actually. So, what are these things? What are they? Are they coming in and out of existence? Coming in here and being caught, being seen at the time that these people see them? Or are they that elusive and they're keeping themselves to themselves that they can hide from human population and every so often being caught out? Or sometimes it seems as though they do it on purpose. They want to be seen. You know, are they jokers that sort of pop out on people every so often? I don't know. Now, we do know that the deer population in this country is way over 5,000 now. And it's not often we see deer. Is that the same with Bigfoot? You know, the British Bigfoot. Is he hiding? Is he good at hiding? You know, the other week we went up to Grisdale, and when I looked around that area, when we got up to the top of this hill and I looked around, I thought, yeah, they can survive, they can hide up here. We've got acres and acres of woods, or should I say a forest up there, and hill areas going into mountains. And then you're going up in a green corridor all the way up to Scotland. Brilliant hiding place for them. I think the only way we can tell or find out is getting out there as much as we can, looking for these things, investigating these things, going to areas of reports and stalking out the areas that these things have been seen in and waiting for that opportunity of finding one. Yeah, we've had people who've taken photos what look like Bigfoot. A lot of these are blurred photos. To me, they don't hold up. If it's a blur, it could be pareidolia. Definitely within the woodlands, because there's so many shades of different colours. When your eyes look out in these places, your brain automatically gets them to make it look like a figure it's used to, like a face. Are these the blob squatches, what people take photos of? And when you do look at them, yeah, they might look like faces, but it's not a clear photo. You can't really say, yeah, that is a Bigfoot. Unless you're actually there, you take that photo right in front of it, and it's a clear image like you're seeing me now. And then what happens then? You know, you report this, people turn around and say, oh no, that's a fake, that can't be real. I don't believe that's Bigfoot at all. I think that's you messing around. You've taken photos, you've manipulated it to make it look like, you know, it's a Bigfoot. But I don't know. And then we go on about the idea of them hiding, you know, how they go invisible sometimes. Now, I'm a bit lost. All right, I lost the path then. I came to this area where there's all these houses, and it looked as though that was the end of it there, and I thought, oh, I can't get through there. Would have had to knock up on the doors and ask them to open the gate for me. Anyway, I'm come to a road now, and we'll discuss this on the other side of the road. Here we are on the other side. So the possibility of this creature sort of being invisible. Now, I've heard many things about the air samples that have come back. Is this sort of a reflective thing, where if they stand still against the background, they sort of blend in, because it's reflecting off all the airs to make them look invisible. Because I've had reports where people have seen these things and they're sort of, one minute they're there, next minute they disappear. Could that be the air? And then some people will talk about it not sort of like disappearing, but as though they've gone through a portal. Now, when we look at that side of things, Yeah, there's a possibility. There's a possibility that with, when you look at quantum mechanics and quantum physics, that these things could possibly go from one place to another, because they talk about dimensions, other places, and within physics they talk about it being, there being over 11 different worlds, dimensions, whatever you want to call them. Are they going in and out? Now, what I think, you know, especially when you see all this land behind me, and no matter where you go around this area, there's lots and lots of land what's not built upon. Loads, actually, that's not built upon. So yeah, this thing could be out there. It could be wandering around. You know, when I think about this, I'm thinking, well, yeah, is it here? Or is it coming from another place? And I am in two minds. And then we've got the possibility of the tracks. You know, people are taking casts to these tracks. Now, I do know a rabbit, when it's running along, can and sometimes will backtrack and go inside its own tracks to make it look, to get rid of the scent what somebody else might be following, and the track marks as well. So it looks as though they come to a dead end and then disappear. So if this is a trait of Bigfoot, like the rabbit, can it follow its own foot marks, stand in its own footprints, and then walk back? You know, perhaps it goes so far forward, then stops, walks back in its own tracks, waiting for that deer to come past, and then it can attack it and have food. The possibility, when you think about it and you look at all the things we get to hear about Bigfoot, yeah, there's that thing, you know, that they could be here and they could be living among us, hiding themselves, or they could be from somewhere else. I am going more towards that they're here and they're living on this planet, and they hide around these places that we go to and get reports from. Perhaps they're, you know, they go from one place to another and they're just seen. They could be like travellers going from one place to another. And, you know, this is when they're seen, when they just bump into someone and startle them, and startle themselves as well at the same time. Because you do sometimes hear of them that have just come across these things and they looked just as startled that they've been seen. But when you get reports like myself, and the places I go to where these reports come from, I do think, yeah, there's a possibility that these things are walking around the countryside and in areas of the UK. I know there's a lot of people from the US and other places over Europe who don't believe that we could have anything like that over here. But why are they being spotted over here? You know, why are people coming forward and saying what they look like and what they smell like, and it's all the same everywhere you hear about people seeing these things? They're coming out with the same descriptions, the same smells. You know, sometimes the look of them. It can't be that all these people who are coming out with it are all watching TV programmes about Bigfoot and they're all thinking, yeah, let's make this up. I doubt that very much. I think more and more that they're here around these areas. Now, where I'm walking at the moment, underneath my feet, are a lot of mines and caves. And we're here at the cave system in Cumbria, stretching over to Yorkshire, coming down here to Lancashire. There are maps out there with this cave system, and it's a vast system. It's massive. It's stretching 3 to 4 different counties. So, who's to say they're not using it? But here, we've got such a large area that is full of caves and water systems as well. A lot of this water that's under here, it comes up every so often in the spring, but there's loads and loads of underground springs around here. So who's to say they're not using these underground springs to get fresh water to survive on? They only need to come out every so often, I suppose, and grab food and then go back. The possibilities, it's endless. And you can just think about it all the time. Just go on thinking about it. I've forever got these thoughts in my mind about what all these things are. You know, we talk about the dogman. Again, another creature that is seen all over the world. Oh, we've got the sun coming up. The sun's out now, and it's quite warm. And again, I've put too many layers on. But you talk, the dogman, the werewolf, whatever you want to call it. I've had reportings from this area, from many people, saying they've seen these things around here. All at different times. Some of them are quite ancient sightings of dogmen around this area. But from what I know, going from the 50s, the 1950s, all the way up to today, there have been many sightings around the Winter Hill, Rivington area. Now, like the Bigfoot, we've got these dogmen who just seem to disappear. 1 minute they're there, next minute they're gone. That in itself is another mystery. You know, again, we get footprints. Sometimes it's a big dog. You know, someone taking a big dog. But when I understand with paths that I'm walking on that you see a lot of dog prints. Because they're dog walkers. And they're all different sizes. So we know that these are domestic dogs that are walking around. So yeah, I mean, we got dog prints that are quite large. Now, in this, the path I'm walking on at the moment is quite a lot. And the reason that they look bigger than what they are is because when a dog stands on this sort of layer of mud, it makes it look, when they move away, it makes it look bigger than what it is, this footprint. And then, come summer, these prints start drying up, and they do look bigger than a normal dog. But if you get something like a St. Bernard, and they put the footprints down, yeah, the rain is going to brush a lot that way. And then there's some that will stay there and go dry. And can you imagine the size that might look once it's dried? And this is where some people have the mistake of thinking, oh, this is a dogman. Why would a dogman walk a path where humans walk? Wouldn't you think these prints would be out of the way? Like when we were coming up here late 2019, early 2020, we were coming across a lot of dead sheep. What we were seeing footprints, but we were seeing these unusual footprints. I did take a few photos of one of them, which looked like 3 toes rather than the normal 4 toes. And then there were some that we're coming across, which to me, a big cat footprints. Because yeah, here we do get big cats. I've seen one myself. And with these cat prints, you don't really get nail marks, and the print itself isn't all rounded, you know, it's not straight. The pads at the top, the 4 pads, will be all uneven. That's how you find out the difference between a dog and a cat print, because it is uneven. Oh, I'm getting short of breath here, and my nose is running. Excuse me. So yeah, we're going here from a Bigfoot, dogmen, big cats. They are all in this area, and they are, or should I say, I've had reportings of these things in the areas I walk when I'm on the videos chatting with you. So where I am now, on the opposite side over in that direction, are the quarries and the cat sightings that I've had sent to me from that area. Now, we have been up on this area before looking for prints and looking for any evidence. What we have come across are, on this side, more sheep that have been we found in not nice positions. And I don't think they would be walking these paths if it was a big cat. If anything, they'd be walking and hiding and all that behind me. I'm going to have to concentrate on this path for a minute because it goes quite a distance and it is hard to walk on. The area I've just walked from there, I'm not going to go that way where the mast is. I'm going to end up going a bit further up this way and then work my way back down, because I don't know whether you can see on the glasses, we've got a little bit of rain coming from that direction. So I'm going to try and get over there and to the other side and avoid this best I can. Now what I'll do is go in this way, it'll take me through the quarry area, which, if it's still open, it is a public footpath, so I'm hoping it's still open. Otherwise it'll mean me getting to it and then walking back down. But I will head over that way, and I'll just put the camera away a minute because I can feel heavy drops coming down. I'm not going to risk going along that path today, which I was going to go to. I've come a different way, and I've come into here, into this wooded area, just to take a look around and see if there's any footprints of anything in this area, We've got deer prints. There's a terrible smell in here. In fact, the smell is similar to what we're getting on the other side, which is right over behind me in that area. As it slopes down, you come to the area where I saw the big cat. Now, I'm getting the similar smell that I got over there around here. So I'm going to have a quick look for any footprints while I'm up here and see what this smell is. We have been here before and got a strange smell. The very first time we came over and we picked it up, and I didn't know what it was. It was a really unusual smell, which I didn't smell again until where I saw the big cat. I smelled it around that area. Now I thought the path to the quarry is very, very wet, very, very muddy, and I'm not even going to go walk through it. I just don't really want to get full of mud. So I thought I'd come through this wooded area and get on a path over here. Where I am, actually, is when we talk about the fields in 2020, where we came across all the sheep that had been slaughtered. The field to it, we termed one kill field 1 and the other one kill field 2, because we seemed to follow the tracks that led us this way, and then one night we thought we saw the cat. Not sure, it was very dark, but it did look like a cat slinking along a wall. Now that kill field number 2 is right here behind me. Now, it's funny that I was thinking at the time, whatever we're killing, these sheep, could have been within these trees. And that's how, when we came across the first time, we got that horrible smell. Again, it's here. But it's everywhere around here at the moment. It's not just one patch. I'm just, as the wind's blowing, it's blowing it towards me. So all I can do is have a look around this area while I'm here, just skimming in out of the trees and see if I see anything. I can't see any footprints apart from people who've walked over this stile here and into there. Now, this is all fenced off now along here. When we were finding the sheep, none of this behind me was fenced off and had gates like that. I know they're planting new trees around here, and they don't want the deer to go in there and start eating them and ruin it. So they've got all this fencing up. But since they put this fencing up, we've had no sheep kills over in that field there. Now the other field we can't get into anymore because the quarry have got the mineral rights to it, and they've ended up putting a fence around it so nobody can get in there. So was it this that got it moving from this area to that area where I saw it over 5 weeks, maybe 6 weeks ago? But why am I still getting that smell here? This is just the off chance that I'm up here today, because I weren't thinking of coming this way. But now I have. It's worth having a look round. Now I can see bits where there's scrapes. That could be deer. Or it could be a cat. Because they are known to scrape away at the soil. So I'm leaving this on as long as I can while I'm walking round, because you never know whether there's something behind me, which I can see by using this. or if anything's in front of me. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to get onto a path in a minute. I can't believe how many people walk around this little area here. There seems to be a muddy path coming in from a broken stone wall, and then it's just grass. They must walk in so far and then go a different way, or just walk back. See, I can see prints around here along this wall, but they're that wet I can't fathom them out. I couldn't tell you whether it was dog, whether it was cat. The ground is that sodden, it's hard to tell what it is. But I'm going to come to the end of the wall here and walk through this. So over in the distance we have the Two Lads monument going across over to the top of Winter Hill, the farms below. And looking back down into Manchester and Bolton. And looking down there, it looks as though it's raining. But up here now we've got the sun coming back out. So I'll walk down here a bit, and now I can see people around. Now look at this. I knew we had some island cows up here, but I wasn't so sure where they were because we've been up here so many times and not seen them. But here we go. Look at that. Yeah, they're being very camera shy. Them horns. Well, we've been up here so many times. And Carol Ann, she says, oh, I've not seen them yet. So she's going to be a bit miffed when she sees that I've been this close to one. Magnificent animal. There we go. I wonder if it'll let me go up to it. Hello. Hello. There we go. There's a little one. Oh, I don't blame it. I'd do the same if I saw me walking towards me. So I've been walking and waffling that much that I've not realised how low my battery's got on my phone, and it's telling me that I've not got long left on it. So what I'm going to do is turn the phone off, and before it goes off, because I don't want to be up here without any phone at all, just in case I need a lift back. Because I walked from home up to here, and if there's a bit of an emergency, I need that little bit of battery on my phone. So what I have got is that I've got a little drone with me, which can film things. So on my way down I'll probably do a bit of drone work. And it's one of them, it's called an hover drone. And if I can just grab it out of my pocket, it actually records and walks with me. That's why sometimes when you see me out and about and you think, oh, there might be somebody else walking with me, filming me, this is what I'm using. was he? Hover, and you open it up, and this will follow me around. It's all got the programs in it, what it does, or I can program it on my phone to either follow me. Like at the beginning of this video, you would have seen me walking up the steps. Now you're probably wondering how I got up those steps and filmed myself from behind. That was following me and filming me. So that's how I do these little shots, by using this. So I'll turn the phone off now, because I don't want to lose any more battery. So if there's any footage after this, it'll be done like that while I'm walking along. Oh, that's the pheasants saying hello. But on this note, thanks for watching, thanks for coming on this adventure with me, and see you again soon.